What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Kitty if you are new and don't know that yet, and this is my channel where I do a variety of different topics, from tarot to cooking to cleaning to yoga, working out, things like that. So if you're interested in that, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when I post videos. Okay, and if you are a returning subscriber, this is not your first time being here. I send abundant amount of love to you guys. Catch it and receive it. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate the videos that you like. I appreciate you watching the videos and the content that I post. It really does mean a lot to me, you guys. So I'm just gonna send you a big hug because you are awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so yeah, so this video I'm going to be telling you 3 steps or 3 tips, 3 steps to manifesting. So if you are new to manifesting, or if you're new to the term manifesting, or if you're new to putting it into practice, then this, or if you want to maybe get a simplified version than what you've already heard, then keep watching. Before I get started, I want to show you guys my books. This is the very first book that I did. It's called, okay guys, so I put the little towel on the floor because I don't want my books to be on the floor, but this is the very first book that I wrote. It's called Talking to Myself: How I Said No to the Past and Took Control Over My Life. And this is all about, like, you know, my life, like literally my life. And so this book is available on Amazon. All of my books are available on Amazon, and the links are in the description box below for you to check out. So you will get this book for $5.55 on Amazon. If you and all of these books are available hard copy, and they're also available if you cannot afford the copy, the hard copy, because I know, like, with COVID, a lot of people are like out of a job or just really penny pinching or whatever. But I feel like these books are a great investment to get you in the right mind space, to get you prepared for just anything, because you'll be just changing yourself, basically, just using these books and using these affirmations, and they are really, like, helpful. And I'm not just saying that because I want you to buy it. Like, I created these books to help you. This first one is very, very, like, sentimental for me, because I got very personal in this book. And yeah, so I, like, really got personal and really, like, put my whole family in there, put my whole life in there, because not my whole entire life, but just some really key emotional high points in my life. And I put it in here, and I just really went through, like, all the affirmations that I said to myself, that I still say to myself, especially when I'm having, like, a low moment. But this book is available to you, and I just really love this book, like, because it's the very first book that I did, and I really just like the cover design. Because, you know, when you go through a publishing place, even though, you know, even if it's like Amazon, it's really nerve-wracking, because you don't know, like, how they're gonna do your book. You know, you just hope that it's exactly how you set it up, and you just hope that it's right. And it was. So I'm really, really happy with that. So let me clear it up just a little so you guys can see. But yes. Now, if you feel like you can't afford the hardcover book, I got you covered. All you have to do is check in the description box below, and although it's not the hard copy, you can still print it out and make your own, and then you'll have all the pages. So you can have this book for, excuse me guys, random sneeze. But you can get this book in all of my books PDF copy, and you can print it out if you wanted to, or it'll be available for you on ebook. Again, that's on Amazon. And yeah, this is this book, Talking to Myself. Okay, and the other book, this is the second book that I did, and it has like a glossy, and I'm not really a fan of this, not a glossy, but I think like a matte, M-A-T-T-E, and it has like a, almost like a, what is it, like a fur texture almost, not really, but like a soft texture. And this is what this looks like. And this is the shadow workbook. Okay, so for those of you who are new to shadow work and who are wanting to get started with your shadow work, this book will definitely help you. Of course, this is my personal book, and I use it, I've personalized it and everything. So yes, this book definitely does get used, you know. And even though, like I wrote in the pages, sometimes what I'll do is I'll visit that page and I'll have a completely different answer. So that just shows you how you can see your progress as well with doing these books. There's a lot of like room for you to write your answers in, and there's also a lot of room for you to and there's also a lot of room for you to go back and see it. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people, when they hear shadow work, they're thinking of like some form of like dark magic or something like that. I don't know why, but shadow work is just integrating. So when you're doing shadow work, you're just you're finding a way that works for you on how to integrate your shadow work into your daily life. Integrate is basically when you're working together, you're in balance. Okay, you're understanding that everything is in this world works at a duality. Okay, there can't be light without dark. You know, light cannot exist if there is no darkness. Okay, so both of them are very, very important, very important aspects of your life. But we have to do shadow work because even though those aspects and those traits are a part of us, they did not get accepted, be it from our parents, be it from our environment, be it from our peers. So because these shadow traits did not get accepted, that is why they became shadow traits in the first place, because you were once a whole person. Okay, and think of it like this: you were once a whole person, and so say for example you were very hyperactive and your parents looked at you like that's unacceptable, so you split yourself in half. You got told that being hyperactive is unacceptable. Instead of saying that there's a time and a place, you know, they told you that it was unacceptable. And maybe you had other people around you getting upset because you were overexcited, and you know, you just shut that part off, and now you're just like, you respond like Eeyore. And dancing with your shadow, that's why I call it dance with your shadow, because when you're dancing, you're in union, you have a connection, you're aware of your partner's moves. And that's why I said this. So this also tells you like a way that you can set the mood, crystals that will help you. And yeah, so in this book also explains a lot about shadow work, you know, how the shadow is formed, examples of shadow work, explaining your triggers, what it is, you know, how do they form. And that's what this book is going to tell you. So it's not just a workbook, it's also very, very informative as well. So, and it asks you some very, very deep questions, so you can see like, what are you afraid of? Okay, how do you feel when someone gives you a compliment? And then I have some quotes here as well. And just some like tips Some breathing exercises I also have in here that can help you really get through this. So I wanted this to be like a very informative book, very helpful book, one that you can like use to reflect and use to also go back and get helpful information. So that's this book. Again, the same thing. It is available on Amazon, hard copy and PDF copy. So when you get the PDF copy, for some, it depends on what type of app you have on your phone. But if you have like an Adobe Acrobat or anything that's not a PDF viewer, because if it's a PDF viewer, you'll only be able to view the document. But if you have something like Adobe Acrobat, you will be able to type in your answers like you would in a book. And finally, my last book, you guys, I absolutely love the way this book came out. It's the Inner Child Workbook. I'm like so proud of this book. Like, I'm proud of all of my books, but I'm really proud at how my book came out, you guys. Now, this book as well is very informative. It's built on being informative. I also tell you the crystals that are good for healing your inner child and helping you connect with your inner child. And I also give you a picture of them because some people might not know what the crystals look like. And I also tell you like the properties of the stone. Okay, so that you're not just like, oh, okay, selenite was in the book. Now you can look at these and say like, okay, I want to encourage and love myself, so I'll use a rose quartz. Okay, so that is very, very good for me and you. So yeah. And then also I go into detail on the types of the types of wounds developed in childhood. So that's another thing. And this was just like really good to sit down and do. But like I said, like you have all this space to write. And you can even like go back and look at this. And then I really get personal. I talk about my own childhood, and not really like in full detail, just basically summing it up like how I felt. So yeah, you guys, if you're interested in this book, you can check the description box because it is also on Amazon. And what you can do is get it on Amazon. It does cost more than the other books, but that's only because of all the information that's in it, and that's also because of the cost of printing and shipping and the cost of creating this book. So if you're interested in this book, check the description box below. It is on Amazon. And again, like all the other ones, if you feel like you cannot afford this cover book right here, you can also get the PDF copy, and you will be able to write in your answers, like you would be able to text them in like you would, write them. So yeah, I'm really, really proud of this book, really, really happy about this book, and I know that it's going to help you. So if you're interested in any one of these books, the description box is your best friend in finding that out, as well as finding out any of my personal information. Okay guys, so honestly, I'm finally catching up on all my notes, reflecting back on my notes and catching up on the videos that I didn't do. So yeah, but I'm really, really proud about those books, you guys. So May 10th, I made notes on through the 3 steps, okay, that I'm going to tell you about. So if you see me looking down at my phone, that's what I'm doing. So the first thing that you need to do is to I'm going to scoot over so the words can be right here and the pictures. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to get clear on what it is that you want and why. What is it that you want and why? And I feel like the why is very important, because from the way I see the why and whatever it is that you want, it's your fuel, okay? It's fuel to the flame. It's going to be your motivation, okay? You want this because of this, okay? And that's really going to fuel you forward, propel you forward in creating your manifestations. Because the way the universe works and the way everything is set up and is that everything you want is already yours, okay? So there's think of it like a huge storage unit, universal storage unit, and everything you want is already in there. You just gotta make the request so they can have it out front, so you can just go and get it, okay? You ain't gotta go through all this other stuff. And that's pretty much like the concept and the idea of manifestations, okay? Whatever it is that you want, you are the embodiment of it. You just have to align with it. Once you make that request, you just have to align with it, okay? So I hope that was like a really good reference, okay? If that reference made sense to you, let me know down below. Okay, so write down the goal that you have for yourself. Write down what it is that you want, okay? The goal, what it is that you want. And so write down your body goal. Write down your life goal. Write down your career goal. Write down your family goal. You break it down like that, so that, and this is like a side note, okay? So break it down like that will help you, I feel like, compartmentalize, like see everything as it is instead of just bunched up. So this is like a great way. I'm just gonna write it out really quick so you guys can see. Okay, so this is just something that you can do just to give you an idea. For everybody's is going to look different, but okay, the financial goal, body goal, life goal, family goal, career goal, and this will help you pretty much like break it off into sections, okay? So you're not like overthinking yourself. So this is a good setup. This is a good layout. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to analyze. Like I said, for everybody it's going to be different. Everybody's wants something different. So whatever your goal is for each one of these categories, write it down. Now when you're writing it down, don't judge, okay? So you want to write all this down without judging things as they are. Don't judge it as they are right now. So for example, if your body goal is to get healthier, I'll just use, well, for example, because I'm going to explain why you shouldn't say to lose a certain amount of pounds. I mean, although you can, but when you say like, oh, I want to lose weight, and your focus is on losing weight, you're not really focused. You can lose weight in unhealthy ways, okay? You can be bulimic and lose weight. You can be anorexic and do that and just, you know, lose weight. So if that's your goal, there are many ways to lose weight. So I just, for the sake of this video and explaining that, for your body goal, instead of writing that, you can write your body goal is to get healthier. Okay, but like I said, like, don't judge yourself as you're writing down these goals. Like, don't say I want to lose weight because, and while thinking like, because I'm a fat ass who likes cereal and who likes junk food all the time. Like, no, your goal is just to be healthy. Why? Because you want to feel energized, because you want to feel like life lives through you. You want to feel like you want to feel lighter. You want to feel good in your body. You want to be able to see your toes all the time. You know, whatever your body goal is, and then make sure you write the why. My tip says, without judging things as they are currently, just write your goal, okay? Just write your goal. Got it, you guys? Just write your goal. Okay, and So let me read what I wrote. Don't say I want to lose 10 pounds. Instead, say I want to become healthier by eating better. Okay, yeah. So that's really focusing on the what and the why. I meant the what and the how. Okay. Because I think that's also important too. Writing down the sacrifice, because we get so bent on the sacrifice that because a lot of us aren't really willing to sacrifice what we already have for something new, because it's like, why can't I just have more, you know? And it's like, that's normal. We are all human. We think of that, but that's you being greedy. Okay, what you have no longer serves you, so you can let it go, so all of this new stuff can come in and you can unbox this new stuff until the new stuff is too old, and the cycle continues. So a lot of us aren't really willing to sacrifice for what we want, but we want it so bad. But yeah, you have to also be willing to sacrifice. So that's like a side note or a tip that I also want to throw in there when you're manifesting. So writing down your goal, writing down the ways that you can get it done. So writing down what it is, writing down how, like when I say how, I'm not focused on like, so if you want your goal to be $10,000, I'm not saying focus on how you're going to get that, especially when you're manifesting more money. Just the how as in your part. Okay, not the universe part, your part. That's the how that you want to focus on, because the how for you is your action, the action that you're willing to take, the action that you're going to take, the sacrifices that you're going to make, so you can make the way for your things to come. So yeah, so the what is your goal, the how is your part, and the why is why you want your goal. Why are you going for that particular thing? And so that is also important, because like I said, the why is the fuel and the motivation and the remembering why you started type of thing. So there's that. So yes, how do you plan on eating better? Yeah, get specific. How? Like, do you plan on eating more greens, more vegetables? And this is still on the body goal. Okay, do you plan on eating more greens? Do you plan on eating more fruits and vegetables? Do you plan on eating out less or not at all for a few months? You know, what is your plan? Okay, how? That's your how, okay? And what exactly are you going to do that involves you eating better? Like, yeah, like I said, making the right choices and things like that. So yes, write it down, elaborate. Elaboration, being specific is very, very important. Details are essential, because the more details that you have, the more you're able to paint a picture for yourself, the more you're able to clearly see what it is that you're wanting to happen for yourself a few years later, or you know, in the near future, like in a few days future. The more you're visually involved with these eyes, because like a lot of us is like, I have to see it to believe it. But when you're imagining, it's like reading a book. If you're detailed enough, you'll be able to, you know, get that visual and have that picture set in your mind. So that's why it's important to be specific. Also, it's important because if you're not specific, you might get something that you really don't want, and nobody wants that. So yeah, I'm just gonna read what I wrote right here. So yes, details are very important, okay, because you're able to picture your career, you at your career. You're able to picture your bootylicious, curvaceous mocha skin, no scars on your body. You're able to picture your acne-free skin, your healthy hair. Whatever it is, write it, and write it in detail. Now, you don't really have to say like, you can write something like, my goal is to, if you're uncomfortable with saying that you have if you're uncomfortable with saying like you have something but you don't have it, that should let you know that you should work on your faith, and you should work on that lack mentality mindset that you might have, because you have everything. you know. But if it's still a little bit uncomfortable for you to write that, you can write like, my goal is to, and that way you can always work toward your goal and have that affirmation like, I always work toward my goal, and you'll have each goal written down for you. So that might help someone out with that. So yes, write it in detail. Whatever it is, write it in detail. Do not judge your situation. So if you're currently overweight, or you got a muffin top that's just annoying and in the way, don't judge it. Don't judge it. You have a goal, and you're going to actively participate in getting that goal done. Yes. Okay, so do not compare your situation or whatever you want to do. Don't compare it to somebody else's and what theirs look like. There might be more glamorous than yours. Don't compare it. Okay, whatever you want, focus entirely on it. Okay, you don't want negative, then don't include it by writing it down. Right, then don't include the negative by writing down your goal and shutting yourself down at the same time. So that was step one. The first thing that you want to do is you want to create your sections. And I know you guys can't see that, but you want to create your sections, and you want to write in detail what each section looks like. You know, it's kind of like playing MASH, only no negative. Okay. Number two is to get going. Okay, once you figure out your details, once you've figured out your detailed goals, it's time to put in the work. Don't focus on the potential rejection and the what ifs and scare yourself out of taking action. Nope, not having that. To manifest, manifestation requires your action. It's a two-part thing. Your actions and your patience. Two-part thing. During the patience, that's your spirit team working behind the scenes, and all they need you to do is wait. So don't focus on none of the negatives. We're focusing on the outcome that we want to happen. So that's not to say that rejection is not possible. It's just we're focused on the highest desire. We're focused on the highest outcome. Like, instead of thinking no, it's a definite possibility that it could definitely, it's always a yes. And if it's not that yes, there's a better yes on the way. So you just have to keep that optimistic mindset as you're taking those steps, as you're taking those constant steps towards your goal. So yeah, this is something that you want to tell yourself. Tell yourself, like, in the past, I received rejection, and it made me feel scared to pursue anything. But this is a slamming idea. I am the perfect person to create something wonderful like this. Or if it involves something personal like a body goal, tell yourself, okay, no, today I don't feel motivated to work out. But that's why we're doing it. I want to have a six-pack, and I'm just going to get, I'm going to get one. So I am going to do at least these 5 minutes, and I'm going to call it a day. So a lot of the times, like, when we have set like a workout goal for ourselves and we're just not feeling it, we won't do anything. And instead of not doing anything, give yourself 5 minutes. Do some jump ropes or some high knees or some high cardio, a little dance here and there. Give yourself those 5 minutes, because you're dedicated to your goal, and you're going to continue doing some, a lot, or a little. But we're not going to do nothing, because nothing gets enough. So yes, boost yourself up. Like, we're going to do this like no tomorrow. Okay, now once you hype yourself up, ain't no stopping. So hype yourself up. Get hype about your ideas. Get hype about your goals. Get hype about what you're doing. I would say, like, tell somebody else, let them get you hype, but get yourself hype first. And if you're really, really hyped and you feel like you don't need nobody to hype you up, don't tell nobody. Because sometimes we'll be like really, really hyped, and we tell somebody else and they don't get as hyped. We're like, oh my God, guess what? My book is published. Oh my God. I just can't believe it. Oh my God, my book is published. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, it is nice. And that's how it be. So cut all that out and just hype yourself up. Get hype about what you got going on with yourself, you know. So yeah, get hype about ideas. And says we look outward for that pumped up reaction, That's what mirrors are for. Okay? That's what mirrors are for. Also, I'm hyped for y'all, so good job, good job. And finally, the third step to manifesting your goals is to find people that you look up to, or people that are doing what you're doing, and follow them or ask them some questions that you might have. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions. That should be number one. I'll star that one as number one. But yes, self-research, like joining groups, reaching out to people who are doing what you're doing. I think that is very, very important, because you have to get out of the habit of competing and getting more into the habit of letting yourself know, I can follow them and see what they're doing so that I can feel more comfortable, and they can, you know, when I feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, I can look at them and be like, they did it, so I know that I can do it. You know, let them be your motivation. But yes, ask some questions, self-research, practice, okay? Practice is really, really important. Laughing more, enjoying life more is very, very important as well. Like, practice and then laugh harder. My battery is always about to die. But have fun. This is what you love. And okay, you love your body, so you're gonna get a healthier body. You love your life, so you're gonna get a better life, that you're gonna start getting a better life that you're gonna enjoy. You love your career, so you know, these are things that you love. So sorry you guys, I had to change my battery. So those are the 3 steps to manifesting: writing down your goal, taking appropriate action, connecting with people, practicing, and enjoying the process. 3 steps. So the taking action part, gratitude is in that taking action part. Always, always, always come from a place of gratitude, which is coming from a place of love. Gratitude and love are the same things. When you're being grateful and saying thank you, that's showing appreciation, which is a form of love. So that's why everybody says to be grateful, show gratitude, you know, practice gratitude, because that's like someone doing something for you over and over again and you never say thank you, or you doing something for someone over and over again and you never say thank you. So that is why it's important to say thank yous. The more you're grateful for what you have, the more you get. Because if someone's telling me thank you all the time, that makes me think that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So I'll give you more of that. I'll do more of that, like, because you appreciate that. That lets me know that you like that. Okay, so it's very, very important that you are being grateful, even for the things that you feel like are bad, because those bads are leading you to something very, very great. It's just you have to learn how to trust the process, because things do have to get uprooted for a new plant to be there. So really take that and use that. So those are the 3 steps. Have I manifested anything? Yes. And the stronger your belief, that's why it's important to practice, because the stronger your beliefs become, the quicker your manifestations happen. So if your belief is shaky and rocky, it's going to be a process. Now, once you learn to practice patience and have fun, it's going to feel like it happens so fast. And sometimes it do happen within days. Sometimes you do notice immediate results. Sometimes there's a process. Sometimes you have to wait. Sometimes you really got to practice your patience, because it's through that process that we're like, is this what I really wanted? Because if you really want it, you'll be willing to wait for it. You'll be willing to keep on like, thank you, I got it, it's mine, I'm in there, it's mine, cause I'm in there, I've been there, I lay up on the couch in my new house. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Get yourself hype about the things that you're manifesting, and stop worrying. Like, we want so much money and we're putting in the work, but we don't think the work that we're putting in is enough. How you gonna get more money thinking that you're not enough? Everything you do will be rewarded. You know, just remember to do things out of love, not because, oh, I'm doing this because I know I'm getting something back. I'm gonna get them $20 right now, and I'm getting, you know, just know that. But just don't do that because that's the only reason. do that because you can and you would love to help someone else out. So the 3, and I have like had so many like failed manifesting attempts because of my mind, because of my expectations, because I didn't really know how manifesting worked. I thought like manifesting was a form of magic, literally, and I thought like the minute I did my ritual, something was coming into me, you know, and I wasn't like aware that it was going to come to me not always exactly how I wanted it. Sometimes it's going to manifest in different forms. So sometimes you can be manifesting unconditional love and you give birth to a child. You might have been thinking like of unconditional love as in a partner, and they gave you a different kind of partner. So it's very important to be very specific and be very accepting and aware of that the manifestations are going to come in different forms, okay? And that's something that I had to learn, and that was like really hard because it's like I'm manifesting a check, not a job, a check. Somebody sent something in the mail, shoot, you know. So I had to get over that. I had to grow up. Yep, I had to grow up because that's how I wanted it to be, you know. And I think that's how we all want it to be. But once you understand that things need your participation in order to come to fruition, you know, because this is your reality in the physical. So if you want things to happen in the physical, you're going to have to be the one to put your foot forward and keep putting your foot forward until you're in the door. And so those are the 3 steps. And like I said, like I've had many failed manifestations, and they're all funny now because I'm looking back like, dang, I was like really desperate, trying to get a new house, trying to get some money, you know. I was really desperate. It was like so much going on, like, and plus like I didn't have like a strong faith, because I'm like, who is going to bring this to me? Like, what, why, how? Asking too many questions and not really having faith or trust in my intuition, and let alone myself, my gifts, my abilities. And so a lot of things did not work out how I wanted them to, and also like a lot of missed opportunities as well, because I wasn't really flexible. And so I've learned how to be very flexible. So, and I'm learning how to see the opportunities, like, thank you for these substitute positions, even the ones that I'm declining, you know, because I'm not going out in the snow. But you know what I'm saying? Like, those are things that like I noticed the opportunity, and even though I'm not taking it right now, I'm still grateful. Thank you for this money making opportunity. Thank you for this learning opportunity. Thank you for this moment to grow. But right now, it's just not the right time for me, you know. And it's okay to decline. It's okay to reject. But don't continue to be in don't reject in an ungrateful way. Like, that's not what I said I wanted. Fix it. Take it back. You know, it's like, thank you. Because I did say that I needed this job opportunity. And this is a great one. This is exactly what I wanted. It's just a little bit too far for Pearl and me. So, yeah, so it's okay to reject things, because some things are just not for you. And although it could be like a great opportunity, the timing could be off for you, okay? I know everything happens in its own divine timing, but it could be off for you. And so those are some things that, you know, I've learned. And oh yeah, so let's talk about writing things down, which I'm getting back into the habit of writing things down. Is so funny because as a child, all the things that I'm learning, which is so weird, all the things that I'm learning how to do now, it's like me relearning, or just me opening up the things that I've already done in childhood back as an adult. Because I used to write stories all the time as a child, and I used to play school all the time with my sisters, and as an adult I'm writing books and I'm teaching kids, and I've always done that. Like even as a child, like I can remember that. Since doing the inner child work, I'm literally seeing the connection between my childhood and my adulthood, how they're like linear. And I don't even know if that explained anything, but yeah, it was just something that I noticed. But writing things down is very, very important. You can, I'm not even gonna tell you how to handle your books because I'm a book jumper. I didn't write anything in this book, but I jump from book to book. But these two books right here are empty. I just recently, I got this from Walmart, and this baby just showed up at me. So this is probably going to be my manifesting book. I do have a gratitude journal. It's in the room though. I'm not going to get up and get it, but I do have a gratitude journal that I'm just teaching myself how to write in them daily. But I haven't really been focusing on writing in the gratitude journal book because I want to make sure that I finish writing in this book. Now I've had this book since July 3rd of 2020. That's when I first wrote something down, and it's now 2021. I got this also, I either got this from Walmart or my Family Dollar. I'm not 100% sure now, but maybe Family Dollar. I got this from Family Dollar. But yeah, and I'm almost finished writing in it. I have a little bit more pages in the back, but after I finish, yeah, I have like only this much left to write in it. And once I finish, I'm going to move on to another book, but I want to get myself in the habit of writing in one book from beginning to end, because I've never been able to finish a book all the way through. So I'm working on that. And yeah, so these two are empty, but you want to make sure that you have a book, and you want to make sure that you have a whole collection of pens. I know this is the highlighter, but a whole collection of pens. And if you have a book, a highlighter. But I say a whole collection of pens because sometimes the pens and the inks, because you're going to be writing a lot, is going to be wonky. And so I want you to have a collection of manifesting magic pens. They don't have to be like fancy pens. They can be from Dollar Tree, the whatever kind of pens that you like. But I say pens because pens are permanent. And when you're writing your manifestations, you want to write in ink, because this is permanent. You cannot erase an ink pen. You can erase a pencil. So you want to make sure you have your manifesting pens, your manifesting book, a book dedicated just for your manifestations, and gratitude. Like your gratitude journal and your manifestation journal can be the same. They can be the same thing, because like I said, gratitude is the greatest form of love. And so yeah, you want to have a book, and you want to have pen or pens dedicated to that. And you want to use those 3 steps and let go of the outcome. So when it's your time to be patient after you put in the work, let go of the outcome. So whenever I say like let it go, you do your manifestations and you let it go. You let go of how everything is going to work out for you. You're just flexible. I am open to receive my blessings. I am open to receiving the love and unconditional amount of endless blessings. I'm sorry. Yes, like make it personal. So I don't really like to tell people like word for word what to say, what to write, because it's very personal. You know, short and sweet. I like short and sweet because I can remember short and sweet. I can turn short and sweet into a song. But if you want to write a poem or, you know, a little story and read that story back every day, then that's what you can do. But I like short and sweet because I can remember short and sweet. And that's just how I roll. I think simplicity is very important. I think people like to make simplicity something complicated, but simplicity is great. And you can also create an altar for your manifest, for whatever you want to manifest. Create like a mini altar. I do have a video on that. that you can take a look at. But yeah, when you create an altar for your manifestations, that helps you focus your attention and energy on what you're wanting to manifest. So for my visual learners, that is for you. For my, what is it, kinetic, when you are hearing, for the people like that, record your voice saying that and have it playing over and over again, so you can hear your personal self excited, like, oh my gosh, I am so thankful that we are fully moved into our apartment. I'm so grateful that all the furniture is here now and we are so comfortable. We are so comfortable. We are loving this space and just enjoying the views and just really enjoying the peace and safety in our home. And when you hear yourself say that, you're gonna get right back excited, like, yes, I really am, like, yes. You're gonna get right back in that mood, right back hype, right back tingly inside. And so for people who are visual learners as well, you can do like a vision board. That will also help you. But those are some things, some tips that I have. I hope that was very helpful. I know this video might have been just a little bit off topic in little areas, but yeah, that's what it's like talking to me. So yeah, you guys, that is it. That sums up this video. Like it, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. So let me tell you what happens when you like this video. When you like this video, other people see that you like this video. They see like, oh, this video is talking about manifestations. I need a video on manifestations. Click and they'll be linked here. A very great channel and video dedicated to helping you reach a new level of manifestations, of manifesting. I don't know why that word want to come out weird. Reach new level of manifesting, whether it's just understanding or whether it's just, you know, doing something different. So yeah, if you're interested in any one of the books that I showed you today, then check out the description box. That is where you'll be directed to how to get the books. So yeah, I hope this video was really helpful and you had a laugh here, smiled here, and just was free here. So yeah, until next time, you guys, thank you for watching.